Welcome back to GBGuns. We've got
Ryan from OreGear, and for my viewers, this is
Graham Bates from GBGuns. Since we're both Oregonians, we decided to get together and show some of our favorites. Ryan drove a couple hours up to see us, and we decided to add a couple hours drive on that to head out to the woods where we could play and not have to worry about range restrictions.
Right.
One of the favorites that I brought out is new to me. In fact, we haven't even finished our review of it yet, but I love it just because it's so cute. It's so tiny. The VZ61, the original Skorpion, chambered in 380, and one of the great things about 380 is it's subsonic and runs in a 9mm can. So this little setup, which is about equi-length can gun brace, thanks to this Matador Arms folder here, it's actually pretty fun. So I think we should throw some rounds through it. Have you had any experience with the Skorpions before?
So the only real experience I've had with Skorpions is the modern Skorpions, the Evo 3s, and those are cool. They're a 9mm, you know, they're super common now. They're fairly priced, I think, but I did play a lot of GoldenEye growing up, and I always enjoyed shooting the club. It was never good, and then but I always wanted to see like what that was like actually like to shoot, and I think this is probably the closest I'm ever going to get to that.
Yeah, without having the flip over wire stock.
Right.
Yeah, I remember from movies and things, these little Skorpions just kind of spraying. Yeah, just spraying. This one's chambered in 380. It's a current production made by Czech Small Arms. They do them in 22, which I think would be loads of fun. 9x18 Makarov. 32, which was the original caliber.
Right.
And then I got this one in 380 because, like I said, it's subsonic, which should make for some fun shooting. Still haven't finished reviewing this or even our basic testing, but I just couldn't resist bringing it out.
And I appreciate it because this is a really neat prospect to me. Again, something you can have tucked into your jacket, fold up, tri-lug it off, and then have a nice little small handy thing, and then nice little 380 Skorpion.
Yeah, and the sights are itty bitty. Preset at 75 meters, or you can flip it for 150 meters.
Oh, okay.
For when you need your long-range 380 shots.
Yes. It seems optimistic when originally they had a cyclic rate of like 12,000 rounds per minute.
Yeah, it was, I think, 900 to, I don't know, it's something.
1200, sorry.
Yeah, 900 to 1100, something like that, which is about like the 249.
Yeah.
The saw, which just kind of vibrates when you shoot it.
As I've heard it said before, nothing says get off my tank better than, 900 rounds of 32 ACP a second.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, the little Skorpion. What'd you think?
You know, people talk about giggle factor a lot, and this is definitely one of those guns. Obviously, 380 is not going to have a lot of recoil to begin with, but it just shoots so nice, and the way the rounds just shoot out through the top like they're in an ejection seat, and especially with the can, hopefully the mics will pick it up. You can hear like the spin on those cases is so fast you can hear it whizzing through the sky as it's going behind the shooter.
When we were first shooting this off camera beforehand, it sounded like maybe there were some bees or something nearby. You heard this little bzzz, bzzz. And it was actually the brass spin.
Yeah.
Tia, what do you think?
I've looked at this thing skeptically since Graham brought it home, just because it's so small, but it's so cute. And I'm not a fan of short guns that you shoulder or brace yourself with. But I really enjoy shooting this one. Every time that we've had it out, I get just a kick out of it.
Yeah, and the kick is not the recoil.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, ergonomics are a little bit weird on it. Obviously we've come a long way as far as ergonomic standards on modern firearms. With the way the charging handles kind of recessed in on the side, so you really kind of have to. It's an unintuitive way of doing it. Having the bolt hold open only when the safety's on is kind of different. But I think for what it was made for, it works.
I really wish I had it in full auto because it is a lot of fun. And who doesn't like, knocking birds out of the sky with your brass?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a bullet hose in that situation. And I was asking you off camera, but it seems like the mags and everything are still available for these?
Yes. Yeah. So Checkpoint USA is the importer for Czech Small Arms, who's the manufacturer. And they've got these mags in all the different calibers that they make the guns in. What I didn't know when I bought this, and it's probably going to be damaging to my credit score, is they also sell the bolt carrier spring setup for the different calibers. And I haven't checked with them, but it appears that just swapping out the bolt and carrier is effectively a caliber change for you. Because I think in 22, this
thing would be ripping and roaring. That'd be too much fun. Well, interesting. And what do these come to market at?
These are between 6 and 8 in different setups. This one was a little more because it's got Czech Small Arms' own integrated buffer tube adapter, which we threaded that Matador Arms folder on, and then went with the CAC blade, even though the CACs aren't cool anymore.
Yeah.
But it's minimalist and thin, keeps this thing small. I thought an SB A3 or A4 would just be too much brace for this little gun.
Well, and with 380, it's not uncomfortable. Having it that thin works just fine.
Well, and it'd be perfect to store in an auto as a backup protection device, if you will. Something that's not going to be obnoxious. It's not going to draw attention if somebody sees a piece of it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think folded, it's actually smaller than our toaster.
But way more fun to use.
Yeah, it doesn't do bagels very
well. Well, cool. So I guess for my viewers then, definitely be on the lookout for their tabletop video of this and more of their range video with this thing too.
Yeah, we need to finish the review. Like I said, I just couldn't resist.
And I'm glad you didn't.
Cool.